Welcome to Awakening Within. I'm your host, Jill McPherson. Today's show is very interesting if you're looking for a form of healing, not only physically, but maybe emotionally or psychologically. My guest is Debra Jones, and she's a Reiki master. And we've been talking about Reiki, we've been talking about crystal healing, and the list continues because it sounds like you have many forms of healing.
Yeah.
But what I want to take an angle in on is self-empowerment kind of thing, like what can people do for themselves, because I truly believe that any good healer is one that tries to make themselves obsolete, that tries to, you know, really empower the patient in knowing that we have everything we need in order to heal ourselves. So what would you offer clients if they're looking to like really take charge of their life and their healing?
I'm glad you asked, because there's so many tools out there, and I'm really excited to share them. And the first one I really love, it's my favorite. It's how to decide what to decide. You know, if you've got these two choices and you're not sure which one to go with, I mean, that can
hate indecisiveness.
drive you crazy.
My family hates that I'm not good at it too.
So the using your solar plexus, which is the chakra just above your navel, your gut instinct to find your answer.
We use that term all the time, right?
Exactly.
What's your gut say? Or
exactly.
You know, yeah.
So the tool really will help it, and maybe like to help demonstrate it.
Sure.
So just put your hand on your solar plexus there for a minute and just take a deep breath. And I'd like you to think about a choice that you made that the outcome was perfect. Everything worked out wonderful, and it was a really good decision. Okay. And then just change hands for a moment and bring to mind a choice that you made that was a really poor decision, something that you really messed up with. And just see how the difference felt. So the first one was probably very relaxed. You can, yeah. So the first one was probably quite relaxed and soft. And then the second one, there's probably a tenseness that came in when you started thinking about that, sort of a hardness.
But not even a tenseness here, like a tenseness almost throughout my whole body.
Yeah, but that is a point where you can really detect it in this area right here. But yeah, your whole body does react to that.
Right.
So the solar plexus dowsing then, if you want to decide whether you should take this job or that job, or move this place or that place, something where you think of something that you haven't decided upon yet.
Right.
And we're going to call them choice A and choice B.
Okay.
So in one hand, put choice A and put the other hand on your solar plexus. And I want you to feel what that feels like for a moment.
So I'm feeling my...
You're feeling what you feel like if you actually make that choice.
So you just sort of visualize you making that choice.
Yes, you're in that position, you've made that choice. How does that choice feel?
Okay.
And then switch it up and put choice B in the other hand. And feel how it might feel if you made that choice. And you might want to switch it back and forth just to kind of test it and see. And one side would be tense,
right,
and the other side would be relaxed.
This side actually feels lighter.
So that's your right choice. Your gut instinct told you so. That's how you make your decision.
But you know what? I really felt it more here.
Some people do, yeah.
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 Even like I felt a shift here. Like this is where I felt lighter.
Lighter.
When I went
easy
to
to
here.
breathe.
Yes, easier. That's the word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what you're looking for, is that lightness, that feeling. It feels good, as opposed to the denseness, the heaviness.
But then when you go here and you get that voice in your head that says, "Are you crazy?"
Oh, that's when you have to learn to trust. That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. And what did you call that technique?
I call it solar plexus dowsing, using your solar plexus to find your answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So really tuning in, because we're not really like taught that. At least like I don't really have a memory of anybody saying just stop and find an answer from within. Like I've been more like ask everybody and their uncle, and then still not sure what to do.
And then make a choice with your mind.
And yes, and then you know it's use your head, use logic, use you know, make your lists of like pros and cons, and try to figure it out that way. But you're saying that may still be helpful, but
for sure.
But that really the answer lies within.
It's an easy way to find out how you really feel about it.
Right.
what's right for you.
And the trusting is huge, though, isn't it?
It is. It takes a bit of getting used to.
Yeah, because I think like if you weren't sort of raised with that idea that you could trust yourself, then it might feel a little bit like hokey pokey, like hogwashy kind of kind of thing, you know?
Oh yeah, it's been called all of that.
Yeah.
But try it and see what you do with it. And
Yeah.
you might surprise yourself. And then
Yeah.
when you can trust it enough, when you've done it enough times that it's proved to be right for you,
Right.
then you'll start to trust it.
Right, because as you say, over time, like it's sort of like it's like a muscle, right, that needs to be kind of built. Like if you were gonna run a marathon, you don't just run it, you like train.
Yeah.
So you kind of train yourself. Is that?
And you're training
analogy?
your mind at the same time to believe in it,
Right.
because it's proven.
Right.
So you just prove it to yourself, and the more you do it, the more
Right.
trust you have for it.
Right.
I didn't get to where I am overnight either.
Right.
So it's the same
Right. So
thing.
it's that experience that provides you with that trust and inner knowing, not necessarily somebody telling you, yes, this is valid, or no, it's not valid. Right.
And that helps calm the mind sometimes.
Right.
But then there's a lot that can get in your way.
Oh, for sure.
Right. And what people say is a really big one. And
Yeah.
so I have another tool for you for that one.
Yay. So if someone thinks you're crazy,
Yeah.
this is a tool that you turn to.
Yeah, it's
Right.
called cord cutting.
cord cutting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everybody that we come in contact with, we have cords that connect us. They're invisible, you can't see them, but you feel them. So there's a
Is
connection.
this kind of like the energy connection that you were talking
Yes,
about?
it can be.
Okay.
But I like to see them as visual cords that are running from one person to another. We all have them with everybody we're in contact with.
Okay, so like right now we would have an energy cord.
Or a few.
A few. Okay.
Exactly. And the more you know the person, the closer the person is to you, the more cords there are that connect you.
Okay.
So that's how you know how to press someone's buttons, for instance. Like you just have an interaction with that person.
Right.
And there are some people that have cords that they use them as an energy channel to drain your energy.
Okay.
So we all can think
Yeah.
of somebody in our life
Where
that
you're like, it's just you leave them and you go, I am so
Drained.
drained from being in the same room with that person, and you don't really know why though.
Exactly, and you just feel that you've given away your power. You don't feel as powerful when you're
Right.
with that person,
Right.
Because they're draining the energy. So these are
Right.
the cords we're talking about. Is they can give and take energy too.
Okay.
So cord cutting, as
Okay.
you can imagine, if you're cutting the cords, you're freeing yourself from
so that
those.
they can't have that influence on you.
Right.
Okay.
So if you wanted
Sure.
maybe an example of that. So first of all, you need to imagine that you're in a very safe place, because you can't do this when you're feeling vulnerable.
Okay.
So in the healing room is perfect, but you can create an environment of safeness around yourself.
Right,
So
yeah.
just imagine maybe you're in a bubble even, that nothing can come near you.
Okay. Yeah.
And what you're going to do is you're going to maybe look down at your solar plexus in your mind's eye and
Okay.
see all those cords that are running out of your solar plexus. So some are thick, some are thin, and there's just lots and lots of them.
Okay.
And think about the person that you want to cut cords from. So see that person in front of you.
And now if I'm cutting this cord, I'm not suggesting I want them out of my life though.
Not at all. This
You
is just
don't want
energetic
them
cords.
to drain you energetically anymore.
Right. So cords that are cut can regain connection again.
Right.
But the whole idea is there are positive cords and there are cords that are draining you.
Right.
And you don't want the ones that are draining you because they take away your power.
Right.
Okay. So somebody that takes away your power, you want to just take your power back from that person.
Okay.
So in the cord cutting technique, you're in a safe place so nothing can harm you.
Okay.
And you're imagining that those cords are running from your solar plexus over to that person's solar plexus.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
okay.
just
I
imagine
just wanted to
that.
clarify that I
Yep.
wasn't booting this person out of my life.
No.
Okay.
Funnily enough, they might feel this technique, but
Okay.
that's something else. So what you want to do is just feel that connection with that person through
Okay.
these cords.
Okay.
And just take a deep breath so that you are relaxed. And I want you to look that person in the eye and say what you need to say to that person. And this is in a safe place, so you can say anything you want. But
And do you just say it in your head?
you say it in your head,
Yeah.
things that you need to get out, something that you need them to know, to take your power back from them, okay? Sometimes you can do that, sometimes you can't, and it's okay if you can't. And what I'd like you to do is to take one hand and scoop up those cords so that they're lying in your arm.
Okay.
So you've got them lying in your arm, okay? And with the other hand, I want you to raise it up, and it's going to come down like a sword when we do this, okay? And it's going to cut them. It's like, I call it maybe Archangel Michael's sword.
Okay.
It's something of power. And what you're going to do is you're going to take a deep breath in, and when you come down, you're going to take a deep breath out, but you're going to come down really forcefully and cut those cords, so we can do it together. So breathe in, and down and cut, and breathe in through the solar plexus, and see how much lighter that feels. And if you didn't feel a shift, then you can do it again. You can do it as many times as you need to do it.
Wow.
It's very powerful.
Yeah.
And so those cords the cords of connection can connect, but those ones that were draining you are now severed, and you can do it as many times as you need to when you feel it regaining its connection, and you can cut it again.
Right.
So it's really good for family relationships when you're very close to those people.
Right.
Yeah.
But can you use it in the opposite way to like connect positive cord? Like, do you know, like we just disconnected negativity, but what if you really want to work on building, or does that automatically happen when you take away negative? Then I guess that's what you're left with.
There's room now for more of the positive to be there.
Right.
Right. It's not taken, the space isn't taken up with the negative. Because if you still want that person in your life, you just want them in your life in a positive way. In a way that empowers you.
Okay.
It's all about empowerment.
Okay.
And anything that disempowers you isn't healthy for you. So we're taking away the things that disempower you.
Right. And not in a selfish way, but just in a, I need to take care of myself so that I can take care of the people in my life as well.
Exactly.
Right.
And when we're feeling empowered, we can do anything.
Okay.
It's when we're feeling disempowered, when we're feeling less than we are,
right,
then we're not being true to ourselves, and we're not living a full life.
Great.
Right?
All right, great. Well, we will come back with Debra Jones.